Morning everybody, welcome to another episode of Plumbing with Tim. Today we are on location. So today I'm here in Melbourne, Florida, and we got a call to come out to a gas station. It said that there's a problem with the toilet and it's urgent that we get out here and we take care of it. So let's see what we can get into today. Alright, so here's the bathroom inside of this glorious convenience store. I see a broken handle. Alright, she said something about that valve not shutting off too, so we're going to probably shut the water off to the gas station and get that replaced and see if we can replace the handle. So I'll be back. Alright, so we got to try to find the shut-off valve to this facility. I see a sewer clean out. That's got nothing to do it. I know there's a valve on the other side of this wall the lady showed me. It looks kind of sketchy. I'd rather be looking for a backflow or something that actually shuts off the water here inside the building, and we may not be able to find it, and I may end up having to go in and just try to close that valve inside. So as soon as we get the water shut off here, then I'll show you what we're going to do to that toilet so they can get it up and going. Okay, stick around. There you go. That's what we're looking for, is a backflow and a water meter. So every time you open up a water meter, always be careful. You don't know if there's something in here like lizards, bees, stuff like that. So let's get this opened up. And oh, there went a lizard. Let's dig this out and see if we can't find how to shut this meter off. Hold on a second. I know it's down here somewhere. That's buried. Okay, so stick around. As soon as I can get this up and going, I'll be right back, okay? All right, so like we were talking about, this is the backflow. Businesses in the Melbourne, Florida area, and probably anywhere you go, they're required to have a backflow. We'll talk about this in detail a little bit more in another video. What it actually does is it does exactly what it's called. It prevents water from going in and flowing back out and contaminating the water line. So these little shutoffs, though, look really sketchy. They haven't been turned in a while, so I need to be careful with this. Here we go. Let's be very mindful about this and make sure we don't break something, or else we'll be calling the city out to fix it. There we go. We shut it off. Now we're going to head back in and we're going to see what we can do with that toilet. Alright guys, I'm back in the bathroom here at the gas station. So the first thing we're going to take care of is this handle. Come over here and take a look. It's broke off. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the chain. We'll let off some water out of the tank there. Now when you take these handles off, the nut loosens by going the different direction than you usually would loosen something. Alright, it's so it doesn't come loose. I'm going to slide that off, slide this guy out of the way. Alright, we're going to come down here and I have a new handle right here. We're going to take and pull this off. Remember, it loosens the opposite direction to what usually things loosen. Go ahead and slide this back into place like so. Take our nut on there and we're going to tighten it like this. Now, this is plastic, so you don't want to over tighten anything. We're going to get that kind of hand snugged, and I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of a turn to make sure that it's not going to come loose on us again. Next thing is we've got to hook our chain back up. If you look inside of here, our chain that hooks to the flapper. Alright, so we want to find a hole on this handle like that. We still have a little bit of slack in the line, that way it's not pulling the flapper up or anything. Okay, so stick with me and I'm going to show what we have to do next. Okay, so we also were asked by the manager to go ahead and replace this valve, this bathroom that's behind us, but we're going to do the same as well. So first thing I want to do is we've already shut the water off to the property. I'm going to take this supply line off from here. Probably the best way to do this, because it looks like it's buckling up, is take it off from the top. Put a bucket and a towel underneath here to catch whatever's coming out. Alright, now we can take this off here without binding that hose up like it was. Looks like it's got a little bit of green corrosion on here. But these guys are pretty cheap and they don't want to spend a lot of money. So we're going to try to use the same one after we replace this valve. I'm going to take this off of here. Alright. There might still be some water in this line, and that's what we're really looking at right now. I'm going to open the valve up. Okay. Looks like there's quite a bit of water still in the line. So, nice and easy. There's still some pressure that's in the line. Try to keep it under control. That's why we have a bucket. And we know we shut the water off to the property at the back flow, outside, at the street. But this is a commercial property, so there's probably some other pressure. Hang out for a second, and I'm going to be right back after I figure out how to release some more pressure on that. Alright, so it looks like we've got the water pressure down enough where we can work with. Before we do anything, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off, empty this bucket in case somehow some water starts flowing back from another fixture and dump it in the toilet. Best way to get this water completely out of here is, now that we know the pressure's down, is I'm going to take this packing nut. We've talked about this in another video. We're going to get that nut off there. Remove it, as well as the handle. That way there's no surprises. And the handle's off. Next move is we're going to take our little tube cutters right here, and we're going to cut this back behind here and get this valve off of here. All right. Nice and easy, steady as she goes here. We don't want to cross thread this. We want a nice groove to make a nice cut. We're going to get this old valve out of here, and we're going to put a new one that is a compression angle stop. This is called an angle stop. You see them throughout everyone's homes. Everybody's got them. This is a local shut-off valve for this fixture, the toilet. And it's just have to keep on this until we can get this cut out of here. This is copper pipe. The valve is made out of brass. And we're almost there. Still got a little water in the lines. Right. There we go, just like that. So we want to make sure this is clean. I got a little piece of sand cloth that's made for cleaning copper. I'm going to scuff this up a little bit so we got no problems with the new valve going on. Looks pretty smooth. Now this old valve had been soldered in with solder. Okay, so we're not going to do the same thing. I have a compression angle stop. I'm going to take the threads and we're going to use some pipe thread sealant, or as plumbers call, pipe dope. And we're going to generously put it around our threads, just like so. We have a nut and what's called a ferrule. That's a ferrule. That is a brass ferrule. The nut's going to go on first. Then we're going to slide the ferrule on. And then we're going to take our angle stop and slide it on until it buries itself out, like that. Slide that nut forward, and we're going to start tightening it down where it needs to be. Okay, hand tightened. Adjustable wrench, crescent wrench on the back where the nut is, and regular pair of channel locks on the valve itself. We're going to hold on to this like so. You get crescent wrench on here and start to tighten it. I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to turn that off until we're ready to make any other moves. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Stick around. Okay, so this is what our finished product looked like. I went ahead and put the supply line back on there, and there's our new valve. we're going to leave this like that right now because we have another bathroom, like I said, on the back side of here where I have to do the same thing and try to replace that valve. So let's go check it out. Okay, so we're back here in the cooler area, and here's that second toilet I was telling you about. There's that valve they were talking about that doesn't shut off all the way. So we're going to do the same thing that we did over in that first bathroom, and I'll be back with you and show you some results. Okay, so we got that second valve on the second toilet. As you can see it, there's the finished product. I had to replace that supply line. But there it is. We'll be heading outside, and we'll turn the water back on. We're going to test it real quick. Be back. We're going to head back out here to the meter, and the business owner actually wants us to get a reading on the meter for records to see how much water they've been losing. I was looking for this meter earlier. Looks like it's buried. It's way down inside of here. All right, dig this out a little bit. I feel glass, so I think we're close to where this is. There it is. Let's clean this off. A bunch of stuff stuck all over the place on here. We've got to try to see what the meter's reading. Come a little bit closer and see what I'm looking for. Right in there is the top of the meter. All right, so what we're looking at right now is 420 0420 50. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take my personal phone, and I'm going to bring up my camera, and I'm going to take a picture of it as good as I can. This way I can go back in and I can tell them exactly what it is. All right, back with the lid. We still have the backflow that has to be turned on. Remember, we turned this off. Everything inside of the gas station is off, so we're not taking any chances with that. Let's go ahead and let's cut this backflow back on. Carefully. Here we go. Our water's on to the place. Stick around, we're going to go in and see what's going on. All right, we're back here in the bathroom. Let's make sure that the water pressure is back on. There's that valve we've replaced. Let's go ahead and let's cut it on. Nice and easy. Make sure everything's working good up here. And the toilet is filling properly. No leaks. Nice work. And our toilet, in fact, is filling. There's that new handle that we put on here. So, looks like we're in pretty good shape. I think the next step that we need to take care of is going to the other bathroom and see how that one's working. I'll be right back. There's the second toilet that's back here in the beer cooler. Let's make sure that there's water coming out of this faucet. That don't look good. I don't even know if I want to mess with this thing. There's problems. Yeah, we're not going to touch that. We're going to leave that alone because these guys don't want to spend the money to have me fix that. Here's that other valve. Let's go ahead and cut it on. Oops, we have a little bit of a drip going on here. Let's cut it back off. Looks like this didn't seat properly. All right. Let's try it again. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to have to take that piece back off and just reseat it. Looks like it's dripping just a little bit. Not a big deal. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, so this is the first toilet we worked on. And let's test it. Looks like there's still a problem here. This thing's running. Running. There's probably some trash up in here. I'm just going to kind of jiggle around until I can maybe get that trash out of there. Let's flush it. New handle. It's good. Alright, it's time for us to wrap this job up. I'll be back. Okay, so that was pretty simple what we did. I come to a lot of interesting places. I work for a very popular company that's been in business since 1934. And so everybody wants us out to do the work. And today we were at a gas station that are owned by the Indians. So hopefully this has helped you out a little bit and a little bit entertaining. Go ahead and subscribe down below and give me a big thumbs up. and maybe a comment or something. And until next time, this has been Plumbing with Tim. Keep plumbing.